Second one going in the first few minutes. We letting our phone get up to a good 100% charge. Our headset is now at 100% for the walk. Well, the one piece of headset we got, I've been meaning to replace that for about 4 paydays now, or more. They got them at Dollar General, y'all. I just got to make the money to get it. But while we wait on that to charge up all the way, I figured we could go ahead and have us a fun time on here. Doing a little bit more building and a little bit more making. I still haven't quite decided on how to make the stairs here. But either way, y'all, hope your day's going well. Hopefully your day ain't started yet, given how early it is, but you know, if it has, I hope it's going well for you. This one's gonna, I really like glass towers. It's sort of like, you know, I like seeing what's going on in the world outside. Plus, it's highly useful for, like, light. But as we go lower, I'll also start incorporating more trees on the outside. That's why I'm keeping the sapperlings. Yeah, y'all, I'm mildly dreading the walk, but having y'all as company will make it more enjoyable, I suppose. I don't know why Facebook, Jesus. I don't know why YouTube suddenly decided to start sending me the other homeless fellows streams, but it's like, I feel for them. I hate that in the back of my head, due to like years of social conditioning, I personally feel like if they're homeless and live streaming all their events, I mean, don't get me wrong, one part of me is they're the cutting edge, the whole, they're the bleeding pulse of our nation, because you're going to see everything, the police violence, the good and the bad, the everything. And for that, I kind of applaud it, but the other part of me is like, yeah, but how do they afford the phone and the phone bill and the Wi-Fi's? Because that's the thing, is depending on where you're at, like out here in the country, y'all, I could probably get another phone, but once my data plan was over and I'm stuck just using Wi-Fi, unless I stayed in Cartersville proper, like, all the time, and for that specifically, like, at the churches all the time, it's not like, most places don't have just free Wi-Fi for anyone anymore, because they figured out how to cork it off. It's not like they just have to turn on the Wi-Fi machine and, oh, well, I guess they're stealing it. No, they can put that shit behind a passcode, and then you gotta find a receipt. Everything gets put on extremely hard mode, you know? On top of that, you look at how society treats it, and every single old person, or now I guess some Zoomers be this way now, it's like, oh, why don't you just get a job, you bum? Oh, what if they have a job and their job doesn't afford them enough money to not be homeless? They're quite, I mean, I would be willing to say most of America's homeless population now are considered the working homeless, because they're unhoused, they're displaced, but they're still working 9 to 5. They're still doing the things. I mean, it bugs me because our system is so cruel. I mean, you're basically telling these people, hey, you better be good enough to be on screen at all times and show off your poverty. Otherwise, why would we care? And then at the same time as I see Hobo Joe wandering on day 197 of being homeless, doing his homeless journey the way I'm doing my Minecraft journey, that's humbling. But he's doing that, and I'm over here, I flipped 2 live streams over, and suddenly it's 2 fucking dudes, well, it's a dude and a lady in a pool, swimming around with an Invader Zim hat on. And again, I'm not saying they're bad people, I'm just saying, I instantly in the back of my head, oh, fuck them. Because dude's like, oh my god, honey, check this out. Oh my god, such and such, da-da-da, just gave us $400. Wow. And you can see in chat, dude, like, tipped $400. And I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a fucking minute. So, You're telling me dude that's been surviving out in the wild for 197 days with over 400 viewers, he's not getting tipped for shit because he doesn't have the setup to set up a tip, whatever. But these two assholes who are already rich enough to afford a fucking pool aren't. What the fuck am I looking at? And then I just realized, oh yeah, it's late stage American dystopian capitalism. I mean, Hobo Joe probably has a cleaner asshole than, you know, Osmongold. And Osmongold literally is on that, maybe not on the Forbes list, because that's no longer a list of millionaires. But Osmongold is a millionaire. Roach King, the very racist, very Palestinians aren't people. Huh, huh, based, the Jews are dying. Huh, huh, based. That prick, he's a millionaire. I would say that because the absolute worst people in our society are getting absolutely rich, that should be the final condemning factor of why no one should ever want to be rich, you know? Because, I mean, what good is it bringing the world? Oh, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is helping hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, that's great. You realize that if Bill made Windows free, a lot of medical societies, a lot of medical places could run their businesses a lot faster and quicker and cheaper, so they could hire more nurses and pay those nurses better. They could hire more paperwork people and pay the medical office support people better. But never mind all that, they gave a bunch of money to Africa in specific areas that they go and harbor and stay in all the time. It's... Like I said, I want to make this channel better than it is because I don't want to just run on vibes. I want to show y'all what the hell I'm talking about with, like, proper stats and all that. But another part of me, I hate to say it's a little bit scared of, okay, I'm going to do all this, and then suddenly, and without warning, the U.S. government's going to see me as an immediate threat, and I'm going to be vanished into the night with the Gestapo squads. And honestly, I'm not that scared of it. It's just one of those, I kind of saw it coming eventually, and I always told myself that was just a paranoia. But I mean, y'all, they can't take us all if we all together go against them. But the problem is that so many people are just, they read the poem, they never understood the poem of they came for the communists first. I mean, I'm sure you've heard it, but they came for the communists first, and I did nothing because I was not a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did nothing because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the socialists, and I did nothing because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the gays, and I did nothing because I was not gay. And then they came for the Christians, and I did nothing because I was not Christian. And then they came for me, and I tried to stand against them, and no one was there to help. It's the, when they come for us, they come for us. We gotta work together, y'all. That's the whole point of that poem. And it seems like nobody got the memo on the poem. Then again, it's a fairly long poem, and it's longer than the TikTok, so most of the American people couldn't fucking keep up with it. It's too deep for them. Too much homework. Like I said, it kills me with the state of the world we live in, and I like to go touch grass, which is what I typically do on my streams, because, y'all, seriously, the world is in trouble, and nobody's paying the fuck attention. Oh, that's cute. Fuck you, asshole. Trying to find a way in. But yeah, y'all, it's just, we gotta work together now more than ever. Fight the bad as a team, because that's the only way we're gonna beat it. That's one thing all the fantasy books had right. Lone heroes don't exist. Well, they exist, but they don't live long. It takes a community, it takes a group. And it's going to take everyone in that group being strong and brave enough to stand together even when it's hard. And I just don't think we got that in us, y'all. I don't think America got that dog in us. We are much, much better at, fuck you, I got mine. I mean, hell, look at the entire family dynamic that I've been thrust into because of my bullshit. I mean, y'all, my entire family could have had a whole... Fuck with... Oh, skeleton in leather, I think. But my remaining dead-to-me family could have had a whole-ass house we had together. But because they're greedy capitalist pigs and only want to take and rent the thing out for the highest possible price as a B&B without actually fixing it up, or when I finally pressured him and was like, hey, I'll just expose you via your name and your business numbers and all that, he was like, well, fine, I guess we could have the church volunteers come and do it. I'm like, I don't want slave labor. I don't want your volunteers based on their think they're getting some kind of heavenly benefit. I don't want your cultists. I want people that are here for the cause, that want to be a part of the cause. It's like how my friend Forget-Me-Not keeps saying we need to get a place together, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, that sounds great, and I'd love it. I would love for me and David and Zoe and her roommates and all of us just to build a big old house together. Here's the problem. I know personalities immediately would clash, and I also know with how many animals we have, we would need a minimum of 2 acres, 2.35 acres or something. Otherwise, we would have to start downsizing our animals, and, well, y'all, which family members would you downsize out of your life? Because these animals have been here better than my blood relatives have been here for me. These animals have starved with me, fought with me, stayed with me. These animals are more family than I've ever had from any family outside of found family. Hence, they are part of that found family, you feel me? It's like, I really want to do a whole house with her and all that, but it's like, much as I want to, that would take stuff we ain't got. And we live in a capitalist hellscape, so until the fucking housing market collapses to the point that landlords are giving the shit away again like it did in our parents' age, it's a dream. It's a pipe dream, you know? It's like my dream of having a boat on the lake. Because for the record, if I got a boat on the lake, it'd be a houseboat and I'd live in the motherfucker year-round. I just know that is also a pipe dream because, you know, that would also be wildly expensive, and I don't have the money. Oh no, it wouldn't be wildly expensive in the sense that the boat and the rent on the boat and all that's fairly cheap, actually. Not to give anyone any ideas, because I don't want the rich cunts flocking to it and destroying that culture like they did trailers and trucks and everything else. But yeah, boat life is fairly inexpensive. But it's also, when it is expensive, it's very expensive. Because boat parts are always considered a luxury. Whereas you can get charities and things like that to supplement your money for your house or your trailer or whatever, because, oh, you have to live there. Anytime they hear boat, they just, oh, well, then just sell it, dude. Just sell it, sink it, move on. It sucks, but you got a hole in the water. They don't care that you live in that same way that some folks live in their trailer, you know? So it's like, you know, I keep saying, you know, as a filler too much. I catch that. I don't know, y'all. I would like to start a commune of sorts. A group. Like-minded individuals. Ideally, if you've seen Doom Patrol, I want to form Danny Street. I want to form Danny Street, but IRL, and I don't know how the fuck to do that, as I am not some sort of sentient street, you know? I lack the skill set I need to be a Danny Street. But I would love it if Danny Street existed. It's why I can't watch Doom Patrol right now, much as I would love to, because I know I will fucking cry. And possibly crash out a little bit, so to speak. Because, y'all, if you haven't seen it yet, it's already run all the way through. It's got a good star-studded cast. If you're a 90s baby like me, or an elder millennial, or a whatever the fuck I am, if you're in my age demographic, you'll love Doom Patrol, y'all. It's like classic comic, but better. It's got all the themes in it, too. You got people you think you can trust that you can't and you shouldn't. People you assume are bad that eventually are good. And it's got the greatest character of all time to me, folks. It's got Danny Street. And Danny Street is by far just the best. Either way, I hope y'all enjoying the show. We're about at the 15-minute mark, which is about halfway through the short show. We're about to do the live stream hiking in. Will I die of heat exhaustion? I sure hope not. I've got about a half gallon of cooled, flavored lemonade-style water to help induce sweat so I stay cool, but also be very hydrating so that I can, you know, not die. And I'm digging the hell out of this. I just think I should raise the roof a bit just in case a creeper or some shit should get on top, you know? Oh yeah, and not to take a bit from the Pissed Off Bartender, go check out Pissed Off Bartender. He said it, and I thought about it. I should have said it first. I feel jealous. But nah, dude was right. How is it we've got the money for fucking... we've got the money for Alligator Dachau, or Dipshit's Dachau, but no, I don't like that because it makes it sound like I'm calling the migrants that are being locked there idiots. But the point is, we got enough money for Trump's dipshit concentration camps, but we don't have enough to house our veterans, to house our unhoused, to house our children. We don't have the housing for people, but we can now, according to you idiots, lock up immigrants wholesale in a concentration camp. This is the same argument I've had for years about the whole, okay, so y'all got money to build fresh new prisons and renovate all these prisons, but you ain't got the money for better homeless shelters or areas to educate the unhoused to help people. You can't build communities, but you can build spaces to lock us up, which are arguably more expensive to build, maintain, and run. I'm not seeing where a good society with its own people at heart does that, you know? I need to build some fucking stairs. I got enough dirt to make stairs. I'm about to start using a lot of this dirt to basically expand into the ocean with my... I wish it wouldn't do that. But I'm about to use the dirt to expand into the ocean with some of these. It makes a great water absorbent. I just don't need 64 blocks yet. When I start putting towers on the outside to go across the water, then maybe. Alright, what do I got? What do I need? I will need an axe and a shovel. Okay, I will still need an axe and a shovel. I'm not going to call it that. That's stupid. More importantly, y'all, don't call the things what your enemies want you to call them unless you have to. Meaning just that. If I have to address somebody who doesn't get what I mean when I say Alligator Dachau, then I'll break it down further. But I won't say the bullshit they want until I've run out of literally all other options. But again, that's because, y'all, you can either be a good person or you can be for this, but you can't be both. You can't be all good with them building a concentration camp and not helping the American people and consider yourself a good person. You just can't. I got a shovel, I need an axe. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that one. That one I just get because it's a bit of homespun. I get that mosquitoes are as big as elephants. Yeah, that shit's fucking wild, though. Yeah. I mean, basically, if you've seen the alligator switch, I can't say the word right, but if you've seen the alligator dock owl, it's built like Squid Games, you know? It's built to be dehumanizing. Cruelty is the point, y'all. That's what a lot of you dipshits don't grasp, is cruelty is the point. And I just don't understand it. I don't. How can you be okay with this? Like I said, I lost all faith in the American people for things I can't say exactly or condone, because I'm also not there doing it, because I know just one person ain't going to be able to do it. I'm just saying at this moment, if it were me, I would be, I don't know if I can say it. Well, I guess I can say it for the non-American country. If it were me, I'd be charging this non-American country en masse, in force, and I would be, you know, treating them the same way we should have treated the Nazis on the first go-round. By that, I mean, not very kindly, neighbor. Not very kindly indeed I would treat them. And I'd free the prisoners so they could also treat their captors not very kindly. But again, that's just me. I think that when we fought the Nazis, we were doing the best work America's ever done. And when we started loving the Nazis, well, now we've become the worst fate of America. We've become the worst form of ourselves that we could possibly be. And I definitely need more stone for this. Oh, that's the other side that's disgusting, is they are getting rich off of this, y'all. The billionaire class is getting so rich off of Doc Howe. Because again, you've got, it's like how for years and 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 years since the slave catching days, they've been getting rich off of the backs of innocent, in my opinion, people. People that buck the system, people with mental disorders, people with at-risk people. And they basically lock them up, put them in a system where it's a very competitive nature, but the prosecutor's always got less cases than the defense. And the defense always has more clients that need to be covered, clients that are, in the defense's eyes, they must be viewed as innocent no matter what, but if proper defense could do its job, defense would also find out if they committed the crime, and if they had committed the crime, why they committed the crime. It should be more based on why did you do the thing, not just, oh, you did the thing. I mean, for example, if the creepy troll dude shows up in my chat when we go to do the live, not likely because he's typically in bed or overdosed on his fun drugs by the time I get on for the walk-in talks for the sunrise streams. But same time, if he does happen to show up, I personally think that in his case, we should take him to a re-education facility, not the kind of dark re-education like we re-educate. No. I mean, like, literally, we look at his thought process and we figure out what broke where and if it can be repaired. And if it can't be repaired, I'm not saying we put a bullet in his head. I'm saying we permanently label him so he can't be put around children. And then, so long as we can keep him away from children and he agrees to do the basic due diligence of, okay, well, you're not going to actively search for children, we let him go. I'm just, again, but if they're an offending one, if they're one that has already crossed that line, so to speak, then yeah, then they have to be removed from society. Again, I'm not saying kill them, I'm saying put them away somewhere far away from children. Like that weird little, was it in Arizona? They did a little, I don't know what to call it, because they're not all pedophiles. Most of them are just sex offenders in the sense that they're retired ladies and gentlemen of the evening. And some of them are just, you know, folks that happen to take a piss out in public and oopsie poops got caught doing it. For the record, if you're a member of ICE, you can do that. There's actual video footage when they were stalking the elementary school of several ICE officers just dropping trow and pissing right there on the elementary school property. For the record, y'all, I hike everywhere, and I have almost hurt my kidneys getting off of school grounds in order to find a tree to drop trow at. These ICE officers just right in front of the school windows showing their dick to children. Now, if you or I did that, that would be a very bad crime, a very serious offense. That would get us on a list and make it to where we're definitely not allowed around children anymore. But if you're a member of ICE, well then, wave that dick in front of the kid's face, guys. I mean, I guess you could slap him in the face with it if you wanted to. You're already slapping the American people in the face with your Gestapo evil fucking fascist dick. So why not go ahead and do it to our children too? The Republicans will thank you for it. Also, y'all, seriously, don't, I was mistaken. I'll call I fucked up. Don't let up on the Epstein list stuff. Seriously, don't. It's literally ripping the Republicans apart. Because, again, they had the evidence. Fuck's sake, they supposedly had all the evidence. And now there's none. I mean, not even like partially there's none. There's not enough evidence to go to court. Well, then why is Elaine Maxwell in prison if she wasn't handling clientele of Jeffrey Epstein? If there is no list and no evidence, well then, again, strictly, if there is no list and no evidence, you've imprisoned an innocent woman for quite some time, and the state owes her some money. Also, Jeffrey Epstein's family, whatever's left, deserves some money, because an innocent man supposedly killed himself under the threat of being the world's, and in living memory, the worst pedophile and child trafficker the world has ever known. But if there's just no evidence at all, none, no lists, no videos, no pictures, no deep, deep files full of not only Republicans but Democrats and full of famous people, because, y'all, when I say famous people, fucking Carl Sagan, Bill Gates, Theory of Everything guy, very famous, very intelligent. Hawking. Stephen Hawking took a few of those flights. Because Jeffrey Epstein was a monster and not an idiot, he had several people on that weren't pedophiles and weren't monsters. But now, if our country wasn't a laughingstock and a joke, we would now go through all the videos and pictures and evidence that supposedly just doesn't exist, vanished mysteriously, and we would find out, okay, well, who flew with Epstein to Florida because it was just oh so much cheaper, and who flew with Epstein to his island to molest children? Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. Just saying, if it looks like a creep and it sounds like a creep, and the reason I like high schoolers is I get older, they always stay the same. Yeah, those nasty bitches, yeah, by all means, take them out and let the people do what they will. I'm not going to defend them. I'm just saying that there's something there, and when everyone's saying there's nothing, that's because you're Fuhrer molested children, and y'all just can't face it. Same as he's not the healthiest person in America, duh. And same as, yes, he most definitely has Alzheimer's. Again, duh. But so many people have bought into the damn shit for so long, they realize if they come out now, they'll not only look like an idiot, but a dangerous idiot. And honestly, honey, that's fine. You stay in your shit-stained closet, because, nuh-uh. It's not like my gays and my fellow fucking queer-associated folks. Y'all folks be monsters. Y'all be the monsters you claimed queers and the trans and the gay community was. Because y'all will happily let a child molester get away with it if you think it'll keep you a little bit better off. Fuck them kids, you know? And for the record, I'm not saying that. Clearly the Republicans think that. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know, any actual American that works in the administration should be leaking like a fucking sieve right now. Any documents they can find against the Trump administration and any of this Epstein stuff. They need to be leaking that shit all over the internet like fucking American oil companies leak oil across the Pacific and Atlantic. We need to be leaking that shit like Americans leak chemical spills. Like we accidentally drop bombs and landmines on innocent people, you know. You need to be leaking that shit. But they're not gonna, because again, our country isn't made for the brave and the bold, it's made for the cowardly and the craven. We send our poor off to die so our rich can stay behind their walls and make shit tons of money from the bones of the poor. Sometimes, literally as disgusting as that sounds. Like I said, y'all, just letting you know, if you want to see the site of the first and only American attack that well, I guess Pearl Harbor definitely counts. If you want to see the site of the second attack that America endured, historically, well, that's fine, sir. I just need you to pay this here fee. Just need you to pay to see your history. But don't worry, if you want to see the racist statues, they're free. They're out there glorifying the slavers. There's the world's second most famous child trafficker right there in front of the harbor, Christopher Columbus, who said the native children made perfect slaves for his more discerning English clientele. Just saying, y'all, they've always been there. They've always been a problem. It's just, now, the normies can see it. And we're going to have to see if the normies are such child-protecting soldiers, or if they're, you know, craven cowards that'll say, yes, please, ooh, do this to my kids so long as you don't do it to me. I think most Americans are going to fall into the craven category rather than the powerful. And I hear you already. Well, what are you doing about it, bitch? I'm telling you about it. I'm saying shit. I'm taking the great risk of getting black bagged and thrown into the Gestapo van, sir. Unlike, you know, every right-winger who's just slapping that nasty, sloppy pig dick all over them. Just saying. I'm nasty, I'm mean, I'm rude, I'm crude. But you know what? I'm real. I care. And I'm real angry about the state of our country. And if I can get y'all to be angry too, that's a step in the right direction. We don't need violence, though. We need anger without the violence. We need productive anger. Like I said, y'all, my intent is to get you to go and do for the good, for the betterment of people. Not for profit, not for my own cause, but for your cause. Champion your own. Grow your garden and share the growth with the people around you. Make art and share it for free. Specifically, make and share art that's very propagandistic against the fascist movement. Meaning you need to stick with the aesthetic of peace, love through unity, strength through unity. Not through unity of a race, but unity of people. All of us, brothers and sisters. Like I said, you just gotta do, that's all. No wrong answers here, guys. Right now, we're in those hard, desperate times where we need to organize. Because much like another one of my favorite creators pointed out, and I hate the right wing, I am not calling them intelligent. I'm just gonna say right now, if I pissed off Nick Fuentes and his shit pants filled fucking dipshit brigade, I'd have a bunch of little froggy gropers, or groipers, groiping right in my fucking ear. And if I call every trans person a pedophile, the left will call me out in a video. The left will be ultra mad for a minute and then move on. And for the record, I'm never going to get on that anger griftdom sphere. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a people, we can't keep falling for the bait. We need to fight in an organized fashion. And if they say, oh, well, for example, right now, oh, well, ContraPoints gave a real weak point against Palestine and against it. Yeah, that's because she sees the room. She can read the room. Not everyone can be brave, and while we can be disappointed in ContraPoints, maybe instead of calling her out, we go to educate instead. We tell her, hey, I get why you're scared, but you don't gotta be scared. Come out with all of us. Take my hand. It's okay to say free, free Palestine, death, death to the IDF. It's a phrase we should all be able to chant with pride and happiness. Because right now the IDF is mask off committing a goddamn genocide. And to give anything other than complete and total support for what's the fighters against the genocide is to be complacent with the genocide, honey. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not like, oh, and we should drag Natalie for filth for it. No. No, 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 no. I understand Natalie's fear, because let's remember, folks, Natalie fought against this shit, maybe not the genocide, but she fought against transphobia and was dragged to filth, and nobody came out to save Natalie. Yeah, a few creators were like, hey, y'all, it's not cool to pick on people. But did anyone crowdfund Natalie? To my knowledge, no. Did anyone help her to where ContraPoints could continue cranking out one video a month? No. Now, is Natalie fully innocent in all things? Again, no. Natalie's human. I'm saying we correct, but I'm saying we correct without trying to farm for clout. And no, that's not a direct call out against Hassan. That would be wrong of me, because Hassan's fighting the actual fight. Hell, less than a month ago he had a fucking stun... Well, calling it a stun grenade feels like it's both demeaning to what it is and what he went through. But a flashbang... He had a flashbang grenade go off close enough to... Close enough to, what's the word? To ruffle his hair. So no, I'm not going to call him out for being aggressive against Natalie's very weak fucking point. But at the same time, as we creators, the little people, the bitches that ain't doing shit other than talking shit, we should be, hey Natalie, for the record, yeah, Hassan was a little bit mean and that was a little harsh and I get it, but babe, this is why, and we should all stand together in a united front. If the left would unite, we could do way better than the right. And we could do things that are better for, like, everyone. But we would have to stand united and not divide ourselves up into camps like, oh, I'm Team Hassan. Well, fuck Team Hassan. I'm Team Natalie. I'm pro this. I'm this. Guys, I'm pro us getting the fuck out of this hellscape. I'm pro fuck the Democrats and fuck the Republicans. But if you tell me, oh, so Jill Stein, no, fuck Jill Stein hardest of all. We need to call that traitorous cunt out the minute we see her ass come out again next election season. Because she's going to come out with the same shit sounding just like me. Then she's going to collect hundreds of thousands of your dollars. And then, unlike me, she's going to fucking vanish back into her Beverly Hills fucking wherever Malibu beach house. And leave us to fucking starve and die with the dumb decisions we made. Y'all, I'm saying we need to fight, but we need to fight smart, not fucking dumb. I'm saying we need to fight, but we need to present a united front, shore up the fucking wagons, and do this shit 10 toes down. We stand together, unified, unified. You know what I mean? I hope y'all know what I mean, because if not, I might cause a cause to violence, but I hope nobody commits actual violence. Because the other good thing is, y'all, the Republicans have made their end. They've done it. We're good. We don't need to kill them. They will kill themselves with their AI, their fast food, their greasy, nasty shit. Y'all, Y'all, when I tell you I feed most of the Republican population from the fast food restaurants, the MAGA dipshits are not going to fine dining. They're going to Mickey D's. They're not going to eat at a sit-down pleasant restaurant. They're cramming their cake holes with fucking Waffle House. And again, I'm not knocking you if you enjoy the greasy spoon that is Waffle House. I'm just saying, if you eat Waffle House 7 days a week, you're gonna die at 60, if not younger. And to quote, you know, our dipshit RFK, And you'll probably never use the toilet properly again. Because you'll have diarrhea all the time. I'm not trying to be rude, but Jesus fucking Christ, how can a country as ableist and mean and cruel as ours allow that man to get up on stage and just ball gargle through every goddamn sentence? And nobody says shit. Literally, go ahead. Oh, you're being ableist, Travis. Oh, you... No, I'm not. Fuck him. I am not being ableist. That motherfucker is literally killing children. His dipshit fucking anti-vax shit is going to get children in the thousands, possibly the millions, killed. So me making fun of him for sounding like he's gargling Trump's balls literally while he speaks is just damn diddly fine. Okay? At me about better shit, because if you at me over RFK Jr. and me making fun of that dipshit, I'm gonna laugh in your face. That man is literally garbage. Sorry, y'all. I get a little upset when it comes to dead kids, because while I don't have any and don't particularly want any, it bugs the shit out of me how the party for child welfare is the ones that, you know... Well, look at BitChute. Most of the ads on BitChute are for deadbeat dads that can make the kid and care very deeply who educates their child and how manly their child is. But when it comes to, like, you know, hey, will you pay so your kid can go to a proper school? Why you want alimony? That's just a free ride. No free ride. Bootstraps. Yeah. Bitch, pay for your kid. You made it. Now fucking make it. I have no, and I do mean zero, I don't care. At this point, I'm going 10 toes down on it. I got no sympathy for dads. Or moms. If you got alimony to pay, pay your goddamn alimony. The kid didn't ask to be here, and that helps in a very small way to fund the child. If you can't pay your alimony, well then let me give you a piece of advice. Don't fuck, dipshit. If you can't afford the kid, don't make them. Condoms, while not free, are affordable. And if you go to your local health department, they are free. Wear a condom, wrap it up. Oh, it doesn't feel the same. Hey, in that case, take this here meat tenderizer, and by that I mean the mallet, not the powder, and go ahead and just smash those balls into a fine paste. Because again, the kid didn't ask to be here that you made. And they're gonna be a problem down the line because you're irresponsible as fuck. Bad parents make Republicans. You know, we don't need any more of those inbred dipshits running around. Again, sorry if you're, you know, inbred and Republican. Your parents really shouldn't have met at the family reunion. Sorry for that. Sorry for your luck. I'd say sounds like a skill issue, but it probably ain't your fault your mama and daddy couldn't find anyone outside of their own very, very bare-bones basic dipshit brigades. I mean, again, they say the white race is superior, but I'm sorry, do they look superior to you? I don't know, y'all. I got that sick, floaty feeling in my gut that says we're about to be on the walk, and I don't want to hike 15 miles today. But we'll see how far I hike by the end of the day. I'll give you the Google numbers. And I'd say we've done pretty good for 6 days. We ain't got no food yet, but nature's providing. We got some good torches going. Gonna have some good, like, great line of sight from up here as we dig this down to be more of a tower. And like I said, I know it's been a heavier stream this time around. Sorry for all the heavy shit we talk about on here now. I really do long for the simple days to return and us to just be talking about ha-ha stupid shit like dress colors and shit. But until that day comes, I'll be here to go through the hard shit with y'all. Trust me, friends, I ain't rich either. I'm about to walk 10 to 15 miles into town to sell my family's, now dead family's, $180,000 valued house for probably about $10,000. And honestly, the good thing about it, though, y'all, is at least in this sense, I got nothing to lose. I got good found family. I got wonderful pets. I've got bosses that I don't totally despise and loathe seeing their faces every day. I mean, life's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but life could be a lot worse. And I'll try to remember that going forward. Also, whether or not the library's open, we will be dropping a book in the Dropbox that's just for them, because I've got way too many books, and it was a cheapy buy anyway, so this one's just for you, Georgia. You're welcome. It's called Stories from Dogtown. It's a book published by Nat Geo. It's an alright read. I was expecting more direct guide on how to train dogs, and it turned into more chicken soup for the dog owner's soul, but it's still a pretty good book, and our libraries are under attack, y'all. Understand, Nazis want you to be stupid, so I must beg of you to educate yourselves on almost or literally anything. And for the record, if you country, I ain't got a problem with you being country. I ain't got a problem with country. I got a problem with dipshittery, and dipshittery is not a byproduct of being country unless you are a dipshit. You can be country and have the accent I got and not be college educated at all and still not be a dumbass. For the record, I'd look into like Fredo. He's a black, very cool content creator from Mississippi, and I tend to shout out my good, non-terrible country folk when I can. If you don't want to check out Pissed Off Bartender, that's cool. I think he's good and he's got better points than I do because he's calmer about the shit. But go check out Pissed Off Bartender. Maybe go check out Fredo. Fredo does not do political content typically. He does funny haha videos. Either way, y'all, try to find some light out there in the darkness as the sun sets on this day and my day begins anew. Y'all be good, be safe. Give me about 20-30 minutes, maybe a full hour, but I doubt a full hour. I just gotta do a few last minute things around the house. And like I said, I'll probably start filming from JoJo's. Probably a little past there. I just gotta reach there first. Until I feel comfortable enough that I've got enough of a basin to be protected, I'm not gonna show y'all where I live, because the number of people that love me and the number of people that hate me are not exactly equal. And I found out by being online long enough, the people that'll hate you, well, those are the motherfuckers that'll show up to your house with a gun and kill your pets and you. The ones that love you, well, they might throw a few dollars in your tip jar if you ever get a tip jar together. Which again, I will one day, once I'm providing y'all content that's worth being. For now, if you really want to support me, buy my artwork. I mean, right now, my biggest content supporters are Miss Cat from work, Miss Mary from work, and David Bear Beater, not Beater for the record, but Bear Beater from on here. And I'm assuming his name is Bear Beater because he is both a bear and a bead expert. He has the skills to make beautiful ornaments. And I believe jewelry, but I haven't seen him make jewelry yet. But I'm sure he can. He's got the books on it. He's real skilled. A true craftsman. Either way, doors closed, lights are off. Y'all be good, and give me a little bit. We'll be going live from the streets of Harley, Georgia, heading into Cartersville proper. Y'all be good. We'll see what kind of things we see today on the streets of Harley. Love you. Endure and survive, fam. Endure and survive.